Hi, history writing students. Okay, this should be week 4 of the class. So I'm checking for questions. At this point, you should be sending me your outline, your thesis statement, and your introductory paragraph. I need to go ahead and make sure that you're on track for all of that. So if you have not sent those to me, please, please, please send them to me so I can check everything. And also, I just really want to know if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. That's part of the educational process. If you, I've said this last time, if you have not written a long paper before, it can be really challenging. So don't feel like that you're just supposed to watch these videos and have no further instruction. Ask me questions in the classroom. That's what I'm here for. At this point, you should be done with your research and you should be writing your introductory paragraph we talked about is almost like an encyclopedia paragraph. It starts with general information and it moves down to your thesis statement, which should tell the 3 main points of your paper that you're going to talk about all in one sentence. Then when you get to that, a, an academic paper needs to flow as well as a nonfiction, as well as a fictional story. So you need transition sentences, things like that to go in. So you just say, like if your point one is Henry Ford improved the assembly line, that would be your topic sentence. Then your thesis ends your introductory paragraph and tells what you're talking about all throughout the paper. Then your first sentence in the next paragraph is the topic sentence for that paragraph. So it would tell you what we're talking about. So it'll have a sentence that says something about Henry Ford improving the assembly line, or NASA launches first rocket, or whatever your points are. Your first point will have the topics, will be repeated in the topic sentence of the next paragraph. Then you write as many paragraphs as you need to flesh out that point. It could be one paragraph, probably 2 paragraphs though, in a 5-page paper. Each point is probably going to have 2 paragraphs. Your introductory paragraph and concluding paragraphs should be anywhere from probably about a half a page. That means your other sections need to be about a page and a quarter for you to end up with 5 pages. So if you just write one paragraph and think you're done, it's not going to be enough. So come to me and tell me what your problem is. Some of you will underwrite, which means you won't have enough. And I'll have to teach you ways to add information, add quotes. Some of you will overwrite and we'll have to cut it. And I can help you do that. I want you to look at the examples that I've given you throughout the classroom and on your academic paper of how to do in-text citations. You don't need any citation in your introductory and concluding paragraphs. You don't necessarily need any quotes. Those are general paragraphs. But I'm going to put some samples in the classroom again of what it looks like to have in-text citations, MLA style. That means that we are going to be telling in the paper where we're finding our sources. Okay, so I'm going to be putting some samples on that, but let me go ahead and pull up MLA sample paper. I thought I had it here, and I apparently don't. Here we go. I'm going to show you this real quickly. Now, this is a college level paper. Your paper's not this long, but I'm going to share my screen for a minute. And again, I'm going to put some examples in the classroom, and it's in your academic papers guide that I put you in the classroom earlier on. See this right here? Green, 244. That tells us that the author is green, the page number is 244. Anytime that you have specific information that is not your information, which will be almost everything in this paper, what you do is you have a quote and then you have your interpretation. You do not have to cite your interpretation of that quote, your sentence that goes along with it. But any data that you get, any numbers, any specific years, you have to tell where it came from. See how this is scattered in parentheses before the period, with no comma, author's last name, and page number. So it's all through the paper. Each one of your sections needs to at least have 2 references, because the point of this paper is to show that you did the research. The point of this paper is not to show that you know about it. The point of this paper is to show that you know what other people have said about it. So that's what you're going to do all throughout the rest of the paper. And here's what I'm going to put a link to this in there so you can see it. But here's what your works cited page, well, I went too far. Here's your works cited page. So somebody can come down here and go, oh, here's the whole book, green. And I can go to that page number. Or one of them that we looked at was learner. Look, there's the author, the title of the book. This is MLA style. This is how MLA does it. You just put the author's name. If you have no author and you just have an article, this is what would be, look, this one is an article. It has no author. So what would be in parentheses would just be deaths toll nearly 100. And if there's no page number, if you're finding your source on the internet and there's no page number, then all you have to put in parentheses is the article title. Or the author. Again, if you have the author and there's no page numbers, just put the authors and no page numbers. Okay, so this is something that I'm probably going to have to work with you individually a little bit as you send me your samples. You can ask me questions, but please, I can't help you if you don't send me what you have and if you're not asking questions. So let's get these history papers written together and let me know where you're going. From here on out, most of these videos are just going to be reminders. Okay, so you're going to read what's in the classroom, watch the videos, and send me your questions. Because from here on out, it's one-on-one work with me telling you what you need to improve on your paper. Hope it's going well.